Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this version of the Daily Dose. I appreciate everybody coming out today. I appreciate you being here and being an encouragement to me. Hopefully, this program is an encouragement to you. Going to jump right in today. We have yet to kind of settle on a topic that we can repeat and study together, but please, if you have one of those, send it in for the chat. Also, you can put that on YouTube or Zoom. We're not live right now, but I will be announcing soon the change of a time so that it will fit with my school day, most likely in the morning, which means that a lot of you will probably watch it after the fact on YouTube. But today, I want to kind of tell you a little story. One time when my kids were really young, my youngest son Joshua and I and the rest of the family were at the store here in Florida. That's Publix or Winn-Dixie, but we were at the Publix this time. And every time you go into Publix as a kid, first thing you do is run over to the bakery, because in the bakery you can get your free cookie. Cookie with sprinkles, cookie with chocolate chips, and they always went and got their free cookie. So they ran over there, they got their cookie, and Josh devoured his in a matter of seconds, and then looked at me and said, "Dad, can I go back?" And I said, "Well, Josh, you only need one cookie. They're not going to give you a second cookie." And he said, "No, this one's not for me. This one's for Hoshua." And I'm like, "Oh, who's Hoshua?" "Oh, Hoshua's a good friend of mine." And he went on to tell me about Hoshua, and he never did get the cookie because Dad saw right through that very, very transparent ploy of his. But it reminded me of this principle that sometimes people operate on, and that is the principle that, when in doubt, blame somebody else. When in doubt, it's somebody else's fault. And you can look around the world today and you can see that this happens on a regular basis. People, something happens to them, or something really even happens to someone else, and all of a sudden they're the victim, or they want to blame somebody else, or we have this whole mentality that basically says, I can do what I want, but you can't do anything to me because I'm the perpetual victim, and it's just not fair, and there's no justice in the world. Now, do we live in a world where justice fails? Sure, we do. But it's certainly not the case that there is never any justice in our country, and that someone or one particular group is always to blame systemically across the board, right? It's just not the case. That's like saying every man or all people or all of this or never this. Those things never pan out, right? Which is about the only true never statement you can issue there. The only time those things really apply, always, never, all, or when it comes to God. But, people get into this mentality and they start to think that way. And pretty soon everything becomes a blame game for somebody else. And it reminds me of, the passage in the Old Testament. It's mentioned several times, but I'm going to use the one in Ezekiel. Over in the book of Ezekiel, in Ezekiel chapter 18, beginning of verse 1, from the King James Version this time, it says, "The word of the Lord came to me again. What mean ye that ye use this proverb concerning the land of Israel, saying, Fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge. As I live, says the Lord God, you shall not have occasion any more to use this proverb in Israel. Behold, all souls are mine. As the souls of the Father, so the souls of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die." In other words, God comes along and says, look, quit blaming other people. Yeah, your father's messed up. You're going to mess up, but you can't blame them for your mess ups, just like they couldn't blame you for their mess ups. The soul that sins, it shall die. Stop blaming other people. We don't do ourselves any favor when we refuse to take blame for things that we've done. We do ourselves a favor when we face up to the truth of how we messed it up, or how we got it right, or what we're doing wrong, or what we need to improve on. We don't do anybody any favors by pulling that punch, whether we're talking about ourselves or whether we're talking about sharing that with others, or others sharing it with us. I appreciate you coming out today. This has been your Daily Dose.